If you are pregnant or a breastfeeding mother, you would have heard the term exclusively breastfeeding for 6 months. So what does it mean? In this video, let me break down what is the meaning of exclusively breastfeeding your baby for 6 months and how you can do it successfully and what are the benefits of doing it for you and your baby. So let's go into the video. Hi, I'm Saranya. I'm the founder of Babypedia and a pregnancy coach. Now, WHO, ACOG, any health organization, your pediatrician, your gynecologist, everybody must be recommending that you should exclusively breastfeed your baby for 6 months. So what does it mean? It means that for the first 6 months of your baby's life, that is completion of 6 months, 180 days from the day that they are born, you have to give your baby only breast milk and nothing else. When I say nothing else, it means no water, no herbs, no natural concoctions, no formula, nothing. Exclusive breastfeeding. Maybe you can give your baby the medicines and the supplements that your doctor has prescribed. Okay, so the only source of nutrition for your baby is going to be breast milk. Why? What are the benefits of exclusively breastfeeding your baby? The number one benefit is that you will be giving your baby optimal nutrition. See, other than breast milk directly from the mother, nothing else is customized to your baby's needs. Okay, when the baby is feeding directly, especially when the baby feeds directly onto the mother and the baby latches onto the mother's breast and is sucking milk out of it, there is a backlash in which the baby's saliva enters into the mother's body through the pores in the nipple and in the breast. Now, what purpose does this solve is that the mother's body will then analyze the baby's saliva to find out what the baby needs in the form of nutrition. For example, if the baby is coming down with a fever or a cold, then the breast milk composition will change in such a way that the amount of antibodies in the breast milk is going to increase drastically within the next few hours. This is to ensure that all these antibodies reach your baby and your baby is able to fight all the infection quickly and they're able to recover much more faster. Similarly, when your baby is going through a growth spurt, when they're trying to roll over, when they're trying to crawl, their body needs more of proteins and calcium along with immunity boosters. So your breast milk is going to be higher in calcium, proteins and immunity boosters. So this way your breast milk is customized. It's not just at each stage, okay? It is customized at each time of the day and during each feed. So when we look at time of the day, when you look at the composition of breast milk, in the daytime, especially from the morning till late afternoon, breast milk is high in stress hormones. That is not too high, has a little bit of cortisol, which is actually good, which means it will keep the baby active. And towards the evening, late evening and nights, breast milk is higher in melatonin and in prolactin, which essentially means it is signaling to the baby's brain and body to adapt to sleep for longer periods and to rest. It's literally your breast milk is teaching your baby that daytime is a time to be active and awake and late evenings and nighttime is a time to unwind and take rest. Okay, so preparing your baby for the world outside. Even during a feed, in the first part of the feed, in the first few sucks, baby is going to get more of watery milk because it is going to be quenching the baby's thirst and their hunger. And as the baby continues to feed, your baby will start to get fat, your baby will start to get more proteins, which is going to help them to gain more weight, right? So this way, your breast milk is customized for your baby, which you will not get in any other type of food or formula that you are going to be giving your baby. The next benefit of exclusively breastfeeding your baby for 6 months is it's going to boost their immunity. It's going to boost their IQ. There are studies which say that babies who are exclusively breastfed have a higher IQ than other babies, and it is also going to increase the bond between the mother and the baby, right? So based on these benefits, it is recommended that you exclusively breastfeed your baby for 6 months. But how is it possible? Many mothers will say, will I be able to do it? How do I know if I'm making enough milk? How do I make exclusive breastfeeding for 6 months work? Let me give you some tips. The first is nurse on demand. What does nursing on demand mean? It means feeding your baby whenever your baby cries out of hunger or wants to be fed. Okay, if breastfeeding is not like us adults eating, that is you eat only 3 main meals and 2 snacks, it will be different for different babies, right? If even we adults listen to our body cues of hunger, some days we may have only 2 square meals, some days we may have 3 meals and 2 snacks. Sometimes each meal will be, quite heavy. The next meal will be very light based on the calories burnt, the amount of energy we need, the amount of energy we're using even thinking, right? Similarly, for babies, some days they will feed more, sometimes they will feed less. The duration of the feed varies, and babies learn to trust their body signals. They listen to their body signals. So when you feed on demand, you are not only fulfilling your baby's hunger needs, you are teaching your baby that listening to your body's hunger cues is important for a healthy life, right? So instead of time feeds, nurse on demand. On days that your baby is feeding more, it could be because your baby is preparing to grow for a growth spurt and is trying to increase your breast milk to suit their growing needs, right? The next tip is a little tough for a lot of women, but please do try it. That is, trust your body and your baby. Your body gets signals from your baby. Your body understands how much milk that your baby needs, and your body is capable of producing that milk. Your body was capable of, conceiving a baby, nurturing and growing the baby for 40 weeks, and then delivering a baby. So why not trust it to be producing enough breast milk for your baby? Your body knows intuitively. It is in our DNA from millions and millions and millions of years of birthing babies and breastfeeding babies. Okay, and trust your baby. Your baby knows when it needs to increase the breast milk before a growth spurt, and your baby will take care of increasing the amount of breast milk that they need. Third tip is get comfortable with positions. Some feeds can be quite long. So if you are going to be sitting in an uncomfortable position where you're hunching over, you are going to be left with a lot of body pain, upper back, shoulders, lower back, hip pain. So always ensure that the mother, you are sitting very comfortably or lying down comfortably, and then you are feeding your baby. This is going to ensure that you are able to feed your baby for a long time, right? Ensure that you're using the restroom before you feed your baby, and then having some snacks handy, a water bottle near you, so that you don't have to stop midway and go eat something or drink something, because you really, really need a break. And next, have a support system. Sometimes it can be tiring to be breastfeeding your baby. So if your baby is cranky, going through a growth spurt, get the support of your partner, your parents, your friends, so that you don't feel depleted, you don't get exhausted emotionally and physically taking care of your baby, and you also have the much needed break so that you can come back to take care of your baby with more energy. And finally, hydration, nutrition, very important for you. Eat good food, home cooked, nutritious food. Drink lots of water, 3 to 4 liters of water, to have enough energy to give your body the needed nutrients and energy to produce enough breast milk for your baby, right? So these are some tips. Hope you are able to make it work for you and you are able to breastfeed your baby exclusively for 6 months. Then when do you introduce solids? You start introducing solid food along with breast milk, okay? After 6 months are completed, when your baby is starting the 7th month, you can introduce it. But always remember, till 1 year of age, breast milk is going to be the primary source of nutrition. Only after 1 year is baby going to be taking in more nutrients from solid food. So then why give solid food after 6 months? It is because your baby is developing the chewing reflex and also open to tasting more food and textures. So we are giving food to teach them that there are different textures in food, different types of food that is available, different tastes, and also encouraging them to start chewing their food and swallowing it, right? Alright, so hope you got a lot of information in this particular video. If you want me to talk about anything else, don't forget to comment below, and like and subscribe to the Babypedia channel to get a lot of information on pregnancy, giving birth, taking care of your newborn baby, breastfeeding, etc. I will see you soon in another interesting topic. Till then, this is Saranya. Bye bye.